Charbonnet. Again, another running back that was a bit of a surprise on draft night. I don't think, it didn't seem out of a realm of possibility that the Seahawks went with another running back, but it didn't feel like something they definitely needed. And you see that sort of second round draft capital, which, I mean, that's the same round where they took Ken Walker the previous year. What the Seahawks kind of came out and said immediately was they loved him in the screen game. They loved his ability as a pass catcher. Do you think that's all Zach Charbonnet is going to be this year, or do you think there's a bigger role for him if he can take it?
I think that's his flaw. I think his flaw is that he's the third down pass catcher that gets utilized in the screen game. But there's a reason why the Seahawks have gone and spent a second round pick on another running back. Kenneth Walker was the second worst running back last year in success rate. He was boom or bust. He was the epitome of all or nothing. And I think that the Seahawks got a little bit fed up with that. Zach Charbonnet has got the best vision of any running back in this draft class. He is not the explosive athlete. He's not the home run hitter, but he is a guy that if you block 3 yards, he's going to get 4. And that's exactly what he is. And I think that there is going to be a world where the Seahawks want that reliable, churning, kind of kick the chains, move the ball down the field option. And that's exactly what Charbonnet is. Plus, he's going to get the receiving work. I think that Zach Charbonnet's got the opportunity to really outperform where he's currently being drafted and potentially be the better fantasy back rather than Kenneth Walker.
I love that. I think it's always worth remembering with the Seahawks that Pete Carroll, it's boomer ball for Pete Carroll. Like, he loves to run the ball more than probably any other manager in the league. And so if you're telling me that he's going to have Ken Walker out there and Zach Charbonnet, he's definitely going to be happy. But for all the reasons you mentioned, I think you can be really optimistic about Zach Charbonnet. I think he will see those high-value touches. There'll be games where Kenneth Walker just isn't able to get those big plays going. And that, by extension, leans into Zach Charbonnet getting more touches. There'll just be days where Kenneth Walker's not hot, and Pete Carroll feels like, okay, let's give the rookie some touches. Let's see what he can do here. Let's see how he can change the game. And I think it's worth kind of pointing out that the Seahawks really haven't had a good pass-catching running back for a couple of years now. So it seems very apparent that they saw this as a weakness. They want a challenge. They want to go and win a Super Bowl. This is something which they set out purposely to go and get. And ever since, they've just raved about him. So I think if you're looking for a hero RB or a zero RB build in your redraft leagues, you can take Charbonnet. Aside from just having the ability as a standalone asset, if anything happens to Kenneth Walker, you could have one of the most valuable handcuffs in the league, as we saw last year when Kenneth Walker was being drafted in the same kind of area as Zach Charbonnet is this year. And then Rashad Penny got injured early on, and all of a sudden, Kenneth Walker was somebody that, for a stretch, looked like a league winner.